Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Buck Theater. And one of the coolest movies of 2019, right? This is my opinion, but Alita Battle Angel was like the shiznit. It was good. It was really good. It was solid. It was a solid science fiction movie based upon a manga. It was solidly acted by Rose Salazar, solidly directed by Robert Rodriguez, solidly produced by James Cameron. Don't know quite what happened with Terminator in that regard, but still, that one did pretty good. And fans turned out to it. They turned out to the tune of $400 million worldwide. Just enough to people think they're going to get a sequel. And the fact is, a lot of people out there really want a sequel. There's a lot of chatter about it. It hasn't really gone away yet. I don't think it's going to go away. People really want that movie. I really want that movie. I said before, like, this is the kind of character I'd love my daughters to get to know. The kind of character that I'd like them to grow up watching, where she perseveres and she seeks out the betterment of her own existence and helping others in the way. So the question then becomes, what about Alita 2? It's been coming up on a year since the release of the movie, and there hasn't been any kind of budge on it. Well, we might have a little bit of information to go off of here, and this is coming from cinemablend, where it says that Alita Battle Angel's producer reveals how fans can help make Alita 2 happen. And of course, fans are going to rally around this. Hashtag Alita Challenge, but for real this time, not just for trying to take money away from Captain Marvel. Now it says here, fans of Alita Battle Angel who really want a sequel have been calling themselves the Alita Army. They have pushed the petition for Alita Battle Angel 2 beyond the 121,000 signatures. And they have been tweeting. Oh, yes, they have been tweeting. They have been commenting. And they have been writing stories about why Alita deserves a sequel. Fans want Alita 2, so what will happen? And we don't know. I just want to be fair on that front here, right? It's like fans are very hungry. They're thirsty for it. And producer Jon Landau, who did this with Cameron, I think he understands it. Now, it says here in an interview with cinemablend's own Sean O'Connell about the potential for a sequel, his advice to fans was basically to keep it up, which is encouraging. He says here, what I think the Alita Army should do is keep peppering our family now at Disney and let them know how important it is to have another Alita movie, and hopefully we'll venture there one day. Yes, as Alita Battle Angel producer Jon Landau noted, the family is to reach out at Disney. The movie was released February 19th by 20th Century Fox, and shortly after that, everything was finalized with Disney's acquisition of Fox's properties. So there's been a lot to sort out in the transition, which is very true. And people are worried now that Alita B could be considered a competition to something like Captain Marvel now that they're under the same roof. I don't understand that. There was actually character development, and there was a bunch of stuff going on in Alita that we didn't get in Captain Marvel. Like the character actually was in danger a lot of the time. And it was just a better movie across the board. But hey, you can't argue with that Marvel Cinematic Universe slingshot to 1.1 billion, right? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Now, anyway, that's why Alita star Rose Salazar said she understood why Disney didn't immediately have word on Alita 2. That said, it's been a minute, and in that minute, the Alita Army has kept the buzz going for Alita Battle Angel. The movie made $404.8 worldwide, $404.8 million worldwide. It made a lot more than $404. Granted, most of that was overseas, from $319 million at the international box office, but the interest is there. Now, if I recall correctly, too, the weekend it came out, it was #1, and that's not for nothing. That's not for nothing. But it had all other competition, especially leading into the release of Captain Marvel a couple weeks later. But still, not for nothing. It did pretty well on its opening weekend. So theoretically, how long would it take for an Alita sequel to be made? Well, here's what Jon Landau says. I think when you talk about any movie, and I won't talk specifically about Alita, but your first step is writing a script. You've got to assume that it's going to take you 12 to 18 months to write a script, assuming that script is great. Then you have a 6 to 10 month pre-production. You then have a 6-month shoot, and then you have a year of post-production. That's just any movie of this ilk. And think about that, right? You're talking about a 3-year period, 2.5 to 3-year period from conception to release, at least from green light to release. And that takes a lot of time and a lot of money, and anything can really go wrong in the process. But even here, we know Cameron has written outlines for the trilogy. When he first announced Alita, he wanted it to be a trilogy, that and Avatar. And so we know he's got outlines, and so he could give them to a scriptwriter. But again, I think after Terminator and Alita both kind of coming and going this year without doing well, Terminator specifically bombed, but Alita did okay. I think a lot of people he might be sitting there going like, we're just going to hold off until the Avatar films are done. Given the CG work that went into doing those movies, they could probably hold off a little bit longer. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. Now Jon Landau goes on to say here that the team knows that there's more stories to tell, saying absolutely when Jim was going to direct us, which he was at some point, his mind had plotted out 2 additional stories where we would go very specifically. And at the end of that movie, there was definitely room for a sequel, and fans were very much salivating on it. So, and we already know that he likes to plan his sequels from Terminator to Avatar and Alita. Robert Rodriguez ultimately directed Battle Angel and says he'd love to return for Alita 2, and Rose Salazar is ready to return as well. Now, this is where it gets interesting. It says, since we live in the age of streaming, with Disney Plus now on the scene as a source of original and classic content, would Jon Landau and the Alita filmmakers ever consider taking Alita Battle Angel 2 to streaming? And he says here, well, I won't speak specifically about Alita. I will just tell you that I think Jim Cameron and I love the opportunities that streaming and these other avenues of distribution are going to offer people today. And you know, we would love to get into those playgrounds and play with them no matter what the title is. So if you really start to kind of break that down, you really look at what he's saying here. He's saying like, start tweeting at Disney Plus that you want Alita 2 on Disney Plus. Basically, right? I mean, am I wrong? Think about it like this. They want subscribers at that sweet, sweet $7 a month. They know that people would pay out $7 a month for Alita Battle Angel, and that would equal, what is that, like $86, $84 a year? Somewhere in there, right? That's more than a ticket price. That's more than a ticket price buying the movie as well as buying the movie on home video. And I was looking at Black Friday deals for Alita, and the Blu-ray was still, I think, like $10 at Walmart. The DVD was like $7. You know, so there's still a decent price tag attached to it, even though the movie was deemed a failure by some people, which I believe would be Grace Randolph. So there is a big draw for it, a big desire for it in some aspects. And really at this point, it's mobilizing the Alita Army for a concentrated ad campaign with Disney Plus. And I think that's how we can do it. So I don't have a direct plan of attack, but I'll think about it. And I'll see if maybe one of you guys has an idea, right? This is not like a 1-person effort. This is a 2-person, this is a team effort. So if we can figure out a plan to push Alita, I say we do it. And I think it's going to be with Disney Plus because that seems to me like the best course of action. Anyway, I leave it to you, your thoughts, your opinions. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you want to see Alita number 2? Do you want Rose Salazar to come back? Do you want to see the continuation of that storyline? And I believe you do. Leave your comments, your thoughts, your likes, your subscriptions, your notification by clicking that bell. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day. Thank you for watching, and peace out. This video is supported by patrons like you. If you'd like to become a patron, please head over to patreon.com/Matt Jarbo.